This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Monday, May 26th. Heavy rain and thunderstorms in the morning, with rain continuing into the afternoon and evening. The storms could bring some damaging winds, hail, and flooding. There's also the possibility of a tornado developing. The high will be 80, with the low of 67. Here are today's headlines. A bill requiring classroom displays of the Ten Commandments in public schools passed the Texas House on Sunday. The 82-46 vote sends the proposal back to the Senate before it goes to Governor Greg Abbott. Lawmakers in the House amended the legislation Sunday to include a provision saying the state attorney general must defend public schools in any lawsuits that arise out of the proposal. Taxpayers would foot the bill if litigation results from the law. The underlying measure is among Republicans' efforts this session to expand religion in public classrooms. Lawmakers voted Friday to send a bill to Abbott allowing prayer time in public schools. Representative Candy Noble, Republican from Lucas, told colleagues during Saturday's debate that the Ten Commandments are foundational to America and its educational and judicial systems. Members spent more than 2.5 hours debating the Ten Commandments bill, with Democrats raising concerns about the state endorsing a particular faith and teachers having to explain to students references to adultery and slavery. Texas's effort to require the Ten Commandments in public schools mirrors a law Louisiana passed last year. Federal courts have blocked it from taking effect, and members from both parties have said a lawsuit over Texas's proposal is likely. The U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday deadlocked in a case that effectively blocked the creation of the country's first public religious charter school in Oklahoma. In other news, Texas is on the verge of banning the use of nondisclosure agreements to silence sexual abuse survivors after a key House vote Sunday. The ban would prevent NDAs from being used to prevent a survivor of sexual assault, aggravated sexual assault, human trafficking, or child sexual abuse from disclosing their abuse to others. The proposal, known as Trey's Law, gained support after victims of church sex abuse went public with their experiences. Texas House members voted 144-0 to approve the ban, which has been spearheaded by two North Texas lawmakers. House Speaker Dustin Burrows, Republican from Lubbock, who usually remains neutral on legislation, cast a rare vote in favor of the bill to punctuate the strong House support. Robert Morris's accuser, Cindy Clemishire, previously testified in support of a ban during public hearings at the Capitol. She alleged that Morris, who founded Gateway Church, offered her a settlement if she signed an NDA. Next up, a woman turned herself into police Wednesday following a fatal wrong-way crash in South Dallas earlier this month. Police recalled at about 7:40 p.m. May 11th to a crash on 2nd Avenue where officers determined a street race led to one uninvolved motorist dying in the crash. 47-year-old Sharonda Clark was booked into Dallas County Jail and faces charges in connection to the crash, including 1 count of collision involving death and 1 count of racing on a highway causing death. Clark's attorney, Elaine Evans, said in a statement Saturday that the allegations against Clark were trumped up and denied her client had been racing before the crash. At the time of the crash, Clark and her daughter were leaving a cemetery where they had just visited the grave of Clark's son. And the Dallas Stars now find themselves in a 2-1 hole after a 6-1 loss to the Edmonton Oilers on Sunday. Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman each scored a pair of goals, and Oilers goalie Stuart Skinner made 31 saves. It marked the first time the Stars dropped back-to-back playoff games since this matchup against Edmonton last year. And now, 3 games into the rematch series, this year's meeting has some concerning similarities to last year's for Dallas, that Edmonton won in 6 games. Game 4 of the series will be Tuesday in Edmonton. And have you ever wondered whatever happened to your favorite Dallas restaurant? What's going on with that project in your neighborhood? Well, Curious Texas could help find an answer. With Curious Texas, the Dallas Morning News invites readers to ask questions about North Texas and the Lone Star State. It's a chance for you to join the reporting process and help choose what topics the newsroom covers. What questions do you want Curious Texas to investigate? Submit them now at CuriousTexas.com. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit DallasNews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.